Hello guys, and welcome back. So in the last video we added a theming to our application. Now let's start with our home screen. So first let's remove this button switch list tile. So first let's create a setting screen. So let's right click here, then let's create a settings screen.dart. Then here let's type the STF for stateful widget. Let's do settings screen. So inside the settings screens here, what we're gonna do is just let's go to the home screen and then copy everything from the scaffold here, then paste them here. Then let's come back and then let's get everything up here. Let's just cut them and then paste them here. Then we can import these. Then the setting screen is done. We can come back and change everything later on. So back in the home screen, what we need to do is let's remove everything inside the scaffold here. So let's start with the app bar. So here let's give it an app bar. So app bar, and then you can see that Copilot is giving us suggestion. Let's go with them, but it's also telling us to toggle between the themes here. Okay, so this is not what we want here. We don't want to change the theme in the app bar. So what we can do is in the actions here, let's we can put the user image. Okay, so let's remove this icon button, and then let's say circle avatar, and then you can see that Copilot is suggesting for us. Let's go with it. And so it says background white, which is not what, or background color is white, and then image icon. We don't want to have an image icon here. Let's remove this. What we want to have here is first let's specify this is the circle avatar. We don't want to have a child here. What we want is a background image. So the background image, let's have the default image if the user doesn't have anything. So let's put that, and then let's put the radius. So the radius can be 20. We'll see how 20 will look. And then what else? We don't even need the background color here. We can remove this background color. So for the background image, what we can do is have let's minimize this. I have this user icon on my desktop. I'm going to copy it and then come back to the application, and then here on the root, let's right click and then create a new folder. So this folder, I'm going to name it assets. And then inside the assets folder, I'm going to create a new folder. This one I will name it as images. Okay, so inside the images now I can paste that. So I can paste that. So let me just get from the desktop. What I would do is I'll click this and then review in Explorer. So here's the folder, and then what I'll do is I'll minimize, and then since I've already copied it, get inside the images and paste. Okay, so now that I've pasted that here, I can close that and then bring back the application. So if we go inside there, the images, here's the user icon. Okay, now we need to go back to paps.yml file, and then down here under assets, let's uncomment these assets, and then let's also uncomment these images. Then bring this up to here, the second S. Then we want to go inside assets /images. Okay, like that. We want to go inside assets and then images. Okay, then I'm going to close that so that it will save. And then here now I also need to create a asset manager class. Okay, so let's come back here on the lib, right click, and then new folder. Let's name this as we can name this as utilities. Okay, so inside the utilities here you can right click and then create a new dot file. So this one, let's name it as assets manager .dat. Let's say class assets manager. So inside here I'm just going to get a static const string. So it's saying it's getting this from images. Copilot has already assisted us here. And then here we're going to get now this user image. We can see that Copilot is already getting us, so let's getting it for us. So let's click tab. So it doesn't know really what its name is, so that's why it's saying this logo. What we need to do is this, let's name it as a user image, and then we are getting it inside image under the name which is called user icon.png, not this. Okay, so we need to say user underscore icon and then .png. Okay, so that's how we are getting this icon. Okay, so we can close that asset manager, then come back here. Now we can say asset image, and then here we can call our assets manager dot user image, this one. Okay, so let's add the constant keyword here. All right, so what else? So this will be our image. So it's complaining, so we need to add the constant keyword here. Okay, and then remove it here. So this will be our app bar, and then next after the app bar here we can now add the body. So body, you can see that Copilot has assisted. Let's enter and then let's see how our app bar is looking like. So we need to stop the application and run it because we have added up this new assets image. Okay, so let's stop it and run it. So there is our app bar. I have to apologize, my kids are making noise in the other room there. I hope they are not too noisy in this video. So now here's our app bar. Maybe let's change this to 15. All right, and also let's add some padding here. You can do padding there. So maybe we can keep this as 20. Yeah, that's fine. So if you want for the title, you can put whatever title you'd like. So this is going to be our app bar. And then next we want to put tabs down here. So for charts, for group, and the other one is people, where you can find people to chat with. Okay, so let's do that. So after the body here, what we want to do is bottom navigation bar, and then we can have a bottom navigation bar. So you can see Copilot is already assisting us here. Okay, so let's go with it and then we change what we need to change. So let's click on tab and then tab again. So Copilot has put the items to be the home and the settings. Okay, so let's see what it has put here, what it will show. So it has put home and settings, but we want more. Okay, So what we want to do is let's add the rest. So first of all, let's come to here, this home. Let's change it to charts. Let's change this to charts, and then the icon, let's change it to, let's remove this icon. Let's use the cappuccino icon. Okay, so inside here, let's say cappuccino icons dot chat bubble 2 field, this one. And then what else? Let's get here where it says settings. For us, we don't want this. We want our cappuccino we want to say group, which is group, this one. And then let's change this text to groups, and then we want one more. We can copy that, let's paste that, and then also let's maybe put commas here. So here we want to have cappuccino icons, which is called globe. Yeah, and then here we want to say people. Let's hot restart. Yeah, so we want icons like this. Okay, so on top here, let's remove this. That's not what we want. And then now we have these. Okay, because there was that on top. Let's hot restart. Now this is what we want, these 3 icons. Okay, now this current index, we need to specify it. If we come back on top here, we need to create an int, and then we can say a current index, which will be 0. So now here, instead of this, we can say current index, and then on top here we can set the state to current index. So let's remove this, and then let's set the state. So current index will be equals to index, and then now we can print maybe here print index. Okay, or let's print the current index. Let's hot restart once again, and then when we bring up the log, so this is index 0, this is index 1, then this is index 2. And then also let's maybe change this to, let's not make it field, let's remove the field. Let's hot restart. Okay, now we are on the current index. Okay, the next thing is now to show the screens here. Once we click on the groups, we need to show the screens for the group, screens for the people, then screens for the charts. Okay, so we can remove this this print statement. Let's show the what we need to show here. So here inside the body, so let's remove this, and then let's return a page view. Okay, so Copilot has already assisted us here, so we can click tab. Now we are going to show the charts, groups, and home inside here once we click here. But to show them, we need to have a page controller here. So let's go up here. Let's have a final page controller. So page controller, which will be our page controller, and then let's have our initial page here, which will be 0. And then here now we can now bring our controller here to be our page controller. So this children is complaining. What is it says? So this should be last. So let's cut this from here, and then right after this let's put the children. And then to animate this page, once we click here, we need to put here on our tab, we need to animate. Okay, so let's put that. So I've seen Copilot is already knows what we want to do. It's page controller.animate. So let's click tab. Then let's just put a comment. Animate to page. Okay, now let's hot restart. So we can have that. Now let's try to click. You can see that we're animating to group, to people. So you can see now that this is working. But now we need these 3 screens to be separate. Okay, each needs to be its own class, because there is a lot of functions that's going to be happening in the charts, in the groups, and in the people. So for that, let's go here on our main screens and then right click, then new file. So the first one is going to be the charts list screen.dat. Okay, so this one is going to be, let's type stf for stateful widgets, and then charts list screen. So this one now we can for now we can return a scaffold, and then the body, the center, which says charts. So let's copy this scaffold. Let's create another one here. So this will be our groups screen.dat. Let's type stf groups screen. We can copy that scaffold here, paste it. Then let's create another one, which will be people screen.dat. Then stf, we have people's screen like that, and then we can paste that scaffold here. Great. So this, let's change it to people. Then let's go in the group as well, change this to groups. Okay, so now if we go back to the home screen, instead of showing this, we can create a list up here. So let's say final list, and then now here you can see Copilot is already assisting us. So let's click tab. So it's getting the list from here. What we want is to get the list from our screens here. So let's click this first one, will be charts list screen, and then the next one will be groups screen, then the next one will be people screen, and then now here, instead of these children, let's show our pages. Great. Now we can hot restart. We are still going to have the same results, but we have changed these pages to the individual screens. Okay, now we can still change here to have these pages. Okay, great. So this is we will end this video right here. So we have created our UI for our home screen. So thank you guys, and see you in the next video.